Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 8th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise and exactly how both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are going to handle everything moving forward, and exactly how the Skywalker saga will also continue on Disney Plus and other formats as well. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now in a phase of desperation. They are really trying their absolute best in order to bring Star Wars back to how it was before The Last Jedi and before The Great Divide, if not more than a divide within the Star Wars community, right? So that's the thing by Bob Chapek and Iger of what they want to do. They really want to create something very much in tune with the Star Wars community that they are really going to enjoy for years on end. And that of course all has to do with this new Star Wars universe, also known as the new expanded universe, that they plan to make far larger than the old one that we received back in the 1990s and the early 2000s. Now, with that being said, of course, we do know that Disney has over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works. That is, of course, a combination of the live-action and animated TV shows for Disney Plus alone, and we got the other Star Wars movies in the works as well, all of which Kathleen Kennedy will not be involved with. Now, one thing, of course, that a lot of fans are up in arms over is the Leslye Headland Star Wars TV series. This is the one project that Kathleen Kennedy has some form of control over, unfortunately, and this is the one show that a lot of fans are really on edge over. Now, with that being said, of course, with the Skywalker saga now over for the films at least, many Star Wars fans have been looking forward to the new Star Wars TV series and especially the new Star Wars trilogy of films by Disney and Lucasfilm that will evolve the Star Wars franchise moving forward. Now, it's explained that they have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works for Disney Plus alone for both animated and live-action content. It's noted, however, that one TV show that many fans are against is the Leslye Headland Star Wars TV series that is going to be an all-female-led Star Wars TV series for Disney Plus that they aim to release sometime in 2022 or 23. Leslye Headland is said to have a plan in place in order to start from the ground up with the new Star Wars TV show, where it's explained that Leslye Headland was developing a plan to bring back Star Wars Legends. In her own way, however, by dissecting the material and turning it into her own form that would change how fans view Star Wars The Clone Wars for the new canon. Now, it's known that her new lore was going to interfere with the Clone Wars Seasons 1 through 7, and that she wanted to make some retcons, major ones if you will, to the Clone Wars with her new TV show. Now, let me just say that, that would have been a disaster, of course. Leslye Headland making retcons for the Clone Wars. There is absolutely no need to make retcons for the Clone Wars Seasons 1 through 7, in my eyes at least. The Clone Wars as a whole should be left alone. It's a masterpiece by Dave Filoni, and it's a masterpiece by George Lucas, since George really guided Dave Filoni on how he should really make the Clone Wars, of how he treated Dave Filoni in a sense to treat the Clone Wars as if it's an actual movie, and that's why it feels so cinematic and well written, right? So thankfully, creator Dave Filoni was able to put a full stop to this attempt by Leslye Headland that was going to mess with Filoni's canon of the Star Wars universe. Now, it's known that Dave Filoni spoke with Bob Chapek after hearing about Leslie's attempt to make retcons to the Clone Wars, and was certainly not happy with her direction for the Star Wars TV show. Now, it's explained that Filoni and Chapek came to a decision to put these ideas to an end by Headland, and that this also played another major role into why Headland had to delay the writing of the scripts from June until July of this year, where she plans to write a total of 10 episodes for the new Star Wars TV series that is going to introduce a new timeline for the fans to witness. Now, keep in mind that there was a delay for the writing of this TV show, from June until July. So it's pretty much unclear if that's going to cause a slight delay in the release. We're not quite sure about that just yet. Now, Headland is actually said to want to ignore the fans, however, with her new TV series by focusing on herself and trying to create new Star Wars fans in general in order to create something of her own. However, many restrictions were placed by Disney's CEO in order to keep her under control somewhat to not create a total disaster for the Star Wars brand at Disney, is trying to actually create a better and brighter future, not just for the franchise, but also for the Star Wars community. And that's one thing to really keep in mind. Now, Headland is still in the talks with actress BRIE Larson, unfortunately, to become a part of the new Star Wars universe and more, where additionally it's noted that Dave Filoni is currently busy developing multiple new TV shows for Disney Plus by introducing brand new Star Wars lore and timelines that the fans have never seen before as of yet, both in Legends and in the Disney canon. Let me just say one thing right here is that Dave Filoni is the man. I mean, he really is a passionate Star Wars fan. I'm very glad that he interfered and brought this up with Bob Chapek and really put this major attempt by Headland to develop all these retcons in her TV show for the Clone Wars Season 7 and other seasons. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.